Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another live analysis today, brought to you by IC Markets. Alright, without further ado, let's begin the session. Okay, as usual, this is the disclaimer. Remember that everything in this webinar is educational in nature and nothing should be construed as investment or trading advice. Alright, so please remember to do your own due diligence before you guys trade. Okay. Now, I'm your host for today. My name is Woon Hong, and I'll be going through with you guys the live analysis for IC Markets today. Okay, so let's head on to the charts to do the analysis. Okay, so as usual, right? If you guys have any questions or if you guys have any pairs that you want me to go through with you, do feel free to type it in the chat below and I will get to it. Alright, give me one moment. Okay, so let's start this session. Alright, let's begin with DXY. Okay, so if you look at DXY over here, right? Let's see. Okay, so right now on the let's look at H4 time frame. Alright, so right now DXY is actually within this area over here and it is actually consolidating. Alright, so you can see how DXY is actually deciding. Good day to you. Oh, hi Jamil, nice to see you again. we were in the pre-markets live analysis earlier this year, earlier in the morning, right? Okay, so anyways, right, we can see DXY is actually within this consolidation zone over here. Okay, so what can we expect, right? You can see how DXY is actually where is my marker? Oh yes, DXY is actually coming down to this level over here, right? So we can expect DXY to consolidate around this area. Okay, so let's take a look at other pairs. So since DXY is still consolidating, let's take a look at whether we can find any pairs that we can trade in the time being. Okay. Okay, so since this is a live analysis, right? Let's take a look at the H1 time frame. Okay, so we can see that euro dollar is actually wait, let me see this 30 minutes time frame. Oh, okay, this will be a nice entry. Okay, so for DXY, if you look at it on the daily time frame and you can turn on the Ichimoku cloud over here, you can see how price is below the bearish Ichimoku cloud. Alright, so what this means is that we can actually look at sells for euro dollar, right? Because I am looking for, if you look on the higher time frame, I'm actually looking for price to create a this is a lower high, create a lower low, right? And then lower high, lower low. Okay, so right now let's see. Okay, yes, welcome Jamil. Okay, so right here you can see that price is now has already tried to broke past this low but failed to do so, right? Okay, so what can we expect next, right? So what I would usually do is that if this is the part where you guys have to pay a little bit more attention, Okay, so what I like to do, right, for price action, right, for those that usually tune into the pre-markets or pre-markets live analysis, right, I like to do this. So if I see for sales, I see a bullish candle over here, right, and then I see a bearish engulfing candle followed by two consecutive bearish candles, means that this level is a valid supply zone. Okay, valid supply zone, right? And what this means is that we will take buys over here, take sells over here. Okay, so we will highlight this area. Okay, what I will usually do is I will highlight this body over here. Okay, and then the next thing is, let me mark out my Fibo retracement level. Alright, 78.6%. Okay, since my 78.6% Fibo retracement level actually aligns with my supply zone, right? Then I will place this as my sell entry. Alright, I'll put this as my resistance instead. Okay, place this as my first resistance. Okay, then the next thing, right, is our second resistance. Okay, our second resistance will be this pullback resistance level over here. Alright, clear enough? Okay, so this shall be my second resistance over here. And why this could possibly be another entry is because, right, we have a valid fair value gap over here. Box. Then let me put my text FVG. Okay, so it's either price will react to this level over here, which is our first resistance, or price will actually react to this FVG over here. Okay, just to be clear. Alright, then let's see if there is any Fibo projection for this first resistance level. Let me just place, let me see. Okay, we don't have any projection that aligns with our first resistance level. Okay, so once price reaches this 78.6% Fibo retracement level, okay, the next thing that you can actually, oh wait, let me see if there is a projection. Wow, we don't have. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's see, once price reaches this first resistance area, okay, then we want to wait for price to close below this area. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, that's the first step. Then we will go to 15-minute time frame. Okay, 15 minutes time frame, yeah. And then the next thing that we'll look at is, of course, we want price to close below as well. Then we will start to enter. Sorry, my drawing is a bit funny, but it's fine. Okay, so how shall you put your short position? You shall place it right above here, right about here. Stop loss placed slightly above this level, which is about 16-17 pips. Okay, and then your TP back at this level over here. So it's about 1:1.45. You can place it around here, but I would suggest to be careful of this level. Okay, so let me just place this. Okay, if remember, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask me when I'm going through. Alright, and then the next thing is, of course, this is my second support. Okay, final TP 1 is to 2.57. First TP is 1 is to almost 1 is to 1.5. Okay, any questions so far before I move on to the next pair? I know it might seem a lot, right? But I hope that you guys will be able to catch these levels that I am talking about. Okay, so if there is no questions, yeah, can I see in the chat below if there are no questions? Do put a thumbs up or something so that I know I can move on to the next pair. Yeah, so actually these are the few setups that I am. GBP USD, okay, sure. GBP USD, okay, very simple. GBP USD, okay, so for GBP USD, right, I would say it is a little bit messy right now. Okay, so let's take a look at the H4 chart. Okay, so one thing that let's see right now, price is at 1.309. Oh, okay. Yes. So for the tools that I'm using, right? Number one, I hope that you guys can take a picture. Fibo retracement, rectangle box, what is this called? Horizontal ray. Yes, and then yeah, I think that's about it. Very simple, not too complicated. Just this few things actually, right? Just to make it very simple for you guys. Yeah, okay. Remember to take a picture just in case, right? And then you can just do your own adjustments and all that stuff, right? If you guys just do it to your liking, okay? Usually I'll put the horizontal ray as first resistance, and yeah, you can see first resistance and then first support, second resistance, second support. Okay, very simple. Just to make sure. Okay, horizontal ray is basically this thing over here. Just you can see right below this crosshair. Okay, then is this thing over here. Okay, this one. Alright. Okay. The next thing is, let's see, GBP USD. Okay, so for GBP USD, right, we are actually still bearish, right? Because we are below the Ichimoku cloud. Okay. So ultimately, what I am looking at is actually, let's see, price is at 1.30916. 1.30916. let me see. Uh, 130,916. H4. Okay, got it. Let me see, bearish momentum. We are trying to break. Okay, let's go to H1. Okay, let's look at H1. Alright, so what I would like to do, right, is what I can suggest, right? If you were to look at H1, okay, very simple stuff. This is nothing too fancy, but if you look at how price is actually consolidating in this area, right, what I want price to do, where is my arrow? Nope, not this, not this, not this. Sorry guys, give me a moment. Let me try to find where is my definitely not this. Yes, path. Okay, so what I am looking at is either price will break out of here to go even higher. This is green, okay, or the next thing is, oh wait, let me place it as, okay, or the next thing is for price to do something like this. So for now, right, just to be clear, for those of you guys that are trading GBP USD, right, ultimately I would like to see price actually go down to this level over here, right? Remember this demand zone, okay, this demand zone is very crucial, okay. Support area, this is ultimately where I would like price to fall. You see how price has not touched this body of the candle yet, right? So I'm expecting for price to actually fall towards this level over here. And why this level, right? Remember guys, on the H4, if we are looking for buys, what I like to see is bearish candle, okay, followed by bullish engulfing candle, followed by 2 consecutive bullish candles. Alright, this is for buys. For sells, I am looking for a bullish candle followed by bearish engulfing, followed by 2 consecutive. So this is, imagine this is sells, this is the last bullish candle, this is the new bearish engulfing candle, bearish candle, bearish candle, okay, very crucial. Alright, then for buys is bearish candle followed by bullish engulfing, followed by bullish, followed by bullish, okay. This is what I like to trade. Alright, then let me go to H1. Okay, so Jamil, right, if you look at how price is right now, I wouldn't even trade GBP USD at this moment. Plus, we are not in the time zone. Okay, so I will only trade during New York time zone. Okay, New York as well as London. Okay, just these two time frames. Okay, for you to remember. Okay, and as well as every other viewers out there. Alright, so of course once price breaks past this level over here, then this area, so once price breaks past, I'm waiting for the retest. Let me just delete this first. Okay, break past, retest, we enter on the retest. Alright, then this is our target. Okay, so ultimately if price actually breaks past, okay, stop loss above this high, okay, about 30 pips. Alright, TP back at this level over here, 1:1.7, almost 1:2 risk to reward ratio. For me, that's enough. Okay, because we have other trades as well. You can see how euro dollar is waiting to sell. I'm also waiting to sell for GBP USD. Okay, same logic. Alright, so I will place this as my first support. Alright, then this is my first resistance. Okay, then the next thing is, of course, this is my other common level. Which is my second resistance. And then this is my first support. Second support. Okay, understandable? Yeah, I'll just wait for maybe 1 to 2 minutes for you guys to process a little bit, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me, please, right? I know that it might seem a lot sometimes, right? But feel free to ask questions. Okay, that's what will make this session effective for us. Okay, so far so good, everybody. Jamil, since you requested for GBP USD, right? Yes, Karim, exactly, right? You get it. It's very simple. Okay, that's what I am actually looking for, right? And is it Jamil or Jamilu, right? Sorry if I got your name wrong, but since you requested for GBP USD, right? Is this clear enough? Or if you have any questions, feel free to ask as well. Especially for every other viewers, feel free to ask. Okay. Okay, the next thing we shall look at is USD CHF. Okay, so let's look at USD CHF, right? You can see how USD CHF has already have a minor correction towards the downside after price has reached these highs over here. Prefer a super clean setup, clear higher highs, lows. Yes, yeah, I also prefer very simple setups. Yeah, if you look at the GBP USD, nothing too fancy, just horizontal levels, consolidation, and then let's see how things play out. Nothing too fancy about it. Okay. Okay, so for USD CHF, right, since price has already rejected off this supply zone, okay, let's take a look at where is the next area that we can look at. Okay, so the next area that, let me see, H4. Let me see. Okay, let's first take a look at Okay, I like this level over here actually. Okay, so this level over here, right? Okay, you can see this is an overlap support level, right? You can see how many times price actually reacted off this area over here, right? That's why it's at least 3 times. Okay, so that's why I would pick this level as my area of entry. So I'll put this as my first support. Okay, so you can see how price is already falling towards our first support over here, right? So let's see how price will actually play out. And then the next thing is, of course, our next area, which is this level over here. Okay, so this is also a overlap support, right? You can see how price actually acted as a resistance, and then acted as a resistance, broke past, and then acted as a support. So this is a valid overlap support as well. Alright, yes, so let's take a look at the next level. Okay, so which is this is definitely my first resistance area, which is a pullback resistance level. Okay, then the next thing is, of course, this level, this swing high resistance over here. This is my second resistance. Okay, nothing too fancy actually, right? Pretty simple. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so for we don't have feeble retracement level that we can look at, right? But let's see on the 15-minute time frame. Wow, this price actually closed so weirdly over here. Yeah, so for USD CHF, I think it's pretty straightforward, right? Let's see. Okay, let's mark this out as our, oops, okay, let's mark this out as our projection. Okay, we don't really have a projection level over here, but that's fine. Okay, so how should you enter? Okay, so how should you enter for USD CHF is you can enter long position over here. Alright, stop loss place below this second support level. Take profit either here or here. Okay, but I would suggest to place your take profit over here to get at least a 1:1 risk to reward ratio. Alright, let me see if there's a feeble retracement level. Yeah, we don't have a feeble retracement. Yeah, so for USD CHF, let's see, right, how price will actually react to this first support area over here. Okay, then yeah, this is how we should enter. Yeah, let's continue the bullish momentum. Right, so far price is still very much bullish. If you turn on the Ichimoku cloud, price is above the Ichimoku cloud. Actually, sometimes I used to do, okay, so for example, for trades like this, right, if I'm quite confident, right, then I will place limit orders. Okay, Karim, right, I will place sell limit order for euro dollar because I can definitely see price being bearish, But for example, if trade like this, right, I am still waiting for price to break out, right? Then of course I wouldn't place limit orders. I would put a alert sign over here, so you can just click add alert on GBP USD. Best to do it on either your phone, right, or your computer. Okay, add alert, and then you can see the notification from your phone itself. Okay, then we can do a market execution. Alright, hope that answers your question. Okay, so for USD CHF, yeah, price is already falling towards this area over here. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. Okay, so the next thing is let's see which is the one that I am actually looking at. H1. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let me see, H1. Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's see price. Okay, this is messy as well. We shouldn't trade it. Let's look at this. Oh, let's take a look at H1. Okay, so for AUD USD, I like to trade AUD USD actually, right? Okay, so let me show you guys why I would trade this, why I would enter this trade, okay, and where I would enter this trade. So if you look at overall market structure, you can see price created lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, etc. Lower lows, lower highs. We are expecting a lower high for price to create a lower low. Okay, so this is what we are expecting. First thing that we look at is always market structure. Alright, so where shall we place our entry? Okay, so if I were to look at how price might react, right, so I would say that this area, okay, this area has a fair value gap over here. Okay, fair value gap. Oh, this is a little bit, isn't it? Okay, fair value gap over here. Alright, so the next thing that we should look at is, of course, whether we have a let me see, yeah, whether we have a feeble retracement level. Okay, so we have a feeble retracement level, 78.6% level over here. Alright, so I will actually place my sell entry right at this area. Okay, this is my first resistance. Okay, and then for my second resistance, right, is this level over here. Okay, so how shall I enter this trade, right? How shall I enter this trade? I will actually put a sell limit order right about here, right about this area over here. Stop loss placed above this high, 20 pips, right, roughly about there. Okay, TP, what I am aiming for is 1:2. Done. Just this very simple setup. You could actually aim right back here, which is our support level. Okay, over here. Okay, so this is what I am actually looking at for AUD USD, one of my trade setups. But of course, earlier just now, maybe like 4 hours ago, price was so close, right, to our fair value gap, but it dropped again, right? So I have to wait a little bit more and see how price will actually react. If price actually breaks past these lows already in the next couple of hours, meaning that price already go down, then I will just cancel my limit order over here. Okay, very simple. Okay, so any questions so far for AUD USD? It might seem a little bit too complicated, but I tried to break it down as simple as I can. Okay, so if so if you guys have any if I can move on, you can just oh, this is so cute. Let me see. Yeah, you can tag on the emoji over here and you can just send an emoji. Okay, so that I know you guys are, yeah, you can send emoji over here, right, like a thumbs up emoji, so that I know you guys are able to catch on. Okay. Alright, let me see what other pairs can I go through with you guys. Okay, let's take a look at gold. Price book through, so we are now bullish. Let me see, 15-minute time frame. Okay, this has been tapped. That's fine. Let me see any other pairs. 15-minute. This is fine. H1. Okay. So far, I think on the lower time frame we shall not touch gold for now. Okay, let's see if we have any other setups. Let's see, how many pips is this? Wow, that's a lot of pips. Okay, so I think what I would like to see for gold, right? Actually, I would like to see these highs being taken out. Okay, if price actually do take out these highs over here, the next thing that I will look at is this area for sells. Okay, and the reason why I am looking for this area for sells, and we are on the 15-minute time frame, by the way. Okay, let me place this as my resistance area. Okay, so what I am looking at is let's see if we actually do have a Fibo projection, yeah, we have a feeble projection 61.8 over here, as well as, let me see, yeah, so we are projecting for price to at least come towards this area over here. Okay, because you can see how price is still within this. If you go to H1, you can see how price is within this area over here, this bigger area. Okay, so once price is within this area, right, we can expect it to have some form of resistance over here. So that is why I would place my cells at this level over here. Right, let's see, 78.6. Okay, so this shall be my, let's see, this shall be my first resistance. Sorry, actually this is my first. I will put this as my resistance dotted meaning that this could be broken anytime. Okay, then this is my first resistance. Okay, then the next thing is, of course, this area is my second resistance. Okay, so once price comes into this area, right, I would like to take cells at this level over here. Then my stop loss, I can put it a little bit tighter, right, and my TP at least 1:2, something like this. Okay, this is for gold. Alright, this is my first support. Oops. Okay, this is for gold, but this is a rather high risk trade, I would say, right? Yeah, so remember to keep your lot size small and see how this plays out. Most likely price will actually just exceed this overlap resistance level over here. Okay, so let's see how price will react at this level. Okay, BTC USD, sure. BTC USD. Okay, let's go to H1. Okay, so for BTC USD, right, we can see this is definitely overlap resistance level over here. Okay, then the next thing that we can look at is this level over here, which is a overlap support. Okay, so I would say that price is definitely bearish. Okay, bearish even on the higher time frame, right? You can see how price is very much bearish. Alright, so how shall we take a look at this, right? Even though price is bearish, right, there will be some form of correction. Okay, so what we can look at, right, is how price will react to this overlap support level over here. Okay, and I would say for crypto and stocks and indices, right, whenever we see such a gap over here, right, this is called gap trading. Okay, so whenever we see such a gap over here, price will definitely come below and fill the gap. Okay, so if let's say price comes here and fill the gap, right, then you can take small buys, right? You can take small buys and towards this first resistance level over here. Okay, but if price continues to fall, right, meaning that price continues to close below and create bearish candles, then you will wait for the break and retest. Okay, so there are two outcomes. The first outcome is price bounces off this first support and rises up to this first resistance, or the next thing is price close below, retest, and then you enter off the retest. Okay, this is the second one. Just two very simple outcomes. Okay, don't really have to complicate your trading too much, right? This is definitely my second resistance. Okay, so if I were to mark out my projection, right? My projection will be, let's see. If I were to mark out this Fibo retracement level, I am sure that we have a 38.2% level right here. So let's see whether price will actually bounce up or it will break below, and then we will trade off the retest. Okay, just these two very I would say very straightforward outcomes. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Okay, clear enough for you guys? I hope this is clear enough, right? Usually I will show two outcomes because we can't really predict how price might act, right? We can only we cannot predict, but we can react. Okay, okay, Jamilu, right, is this clear enough? I hope this is clear enough so that let me see the chat. Yeah, hope this is clear enough so that you are able to understand. Okay, so far so good. Any other pairs that you guys want me to go through with you? Right? You can just type it. Maybe let's go through 1 to 2 more pairs, right? Before we end off the session. Let's see. Oh yes, okay, so I wanted to share with you guys GBP JPY. Okay, so if you look at GBP JPY, right, it has been very much bullish in a sense. Okay, so if I were to draw the trend line, okay, then I'll mark this as a bullish trend line. Right, it has now become a after price has broken through this previous ascending trend line, right, it is now a bearish trend line. Okay, so what I would look at is whether we can look for any sell entries right at this level over here. Okay, so I'll put this as my first resistance. Okay, the next thing is of course placing this as my second resistance. Okay, then the next thing is my first support will be right at this level. Alright, then my second support will be at this area over here. This is an overlap support. For my second support, this is a swing low support. Alright, then what else can I see? Oh yes, whether there is any Fibo retracement level. Alright, so there is the 61.8%. Yeah, right about here. Okay, the 61.8% Fibo retracement level. So let's see how this would actually play out. Alright, for this trade itself, oh, let me see if there is a projection. I believe so, that we might have a projection. Nah, we don't have a projection. Oh wait, we do have a projection. Okay, 61.8% Fibo projection as well. Okay, so let's see how this trade might play out, and how I will enter for my trade is actually this level over here. Then stop loss, I'll place it right above this swing high resistance, actually this level, just this level. Okay, then my I'll go for that 1:2 risk to reward ratio. It's either I'll go for 1:2 or 1:1.5. That's all. Okay, nothing too fancy. Okay. Alright, so I believe I've covered quite a few pairs. We've covered GBP, JPY, gold. We've covered AUD, USD. That's 3. We've covered USD, CHF. We've covered GBP, USD. We've covered Euro, Dollar. 6 pairs. Yeah, I believe those are enough for you guys to trade. Maybe for either today or tomorrow, or at least until Wednesday, right? So let's see how these trades might actually play out. Okay, so yeah, that's all from me to you guys. Alright, let me see. Yeah, okay, thank you guys for joining in yet again to another live analysis from IC Markets. I hope that you guys enjoyed the analysis as much as I did. Alright, so thank you guys for being very interactive with me, and I hope that you guys will continue to join in for the webinars for IC Markets. Okay, so that we can continue to provide good educational materials and analysis for you guys. Okay, that's all. Yes, welcome Kareem, you're very much welcome. Okay, thank you guys. Yes, I appreciate you being here too. Okay, thank you. Alright, and I shall see you guys next time. Okay, take care and bye bye. Remember to stay safe and treat safe. Alright, that's all. Take care, bye bye.